Hello, Kat Miller here. I hope you are doing amazing. I want to share with you an essential element that a lot of coaches miss from their content strategy. If you're tired of pouring your heart and your soul into creating content and it's not really getting you the response that you hope for, this is for you. There's a better way to get more clients and grow your coaching base from your content. And it goes beyond just doing more content. I'm not going to just say, hey, show up more, be more visible, be more consistent. It's more to it than that. And so this is for you if you recognize that content is an important part of a marketing strategy and you want to be putting out more content, but you just feel a bit discouraged when you put it out and it doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't get you the leads, the people reaching out to you in your DMs, the responses to your emails, people messaging you, inquiring. And I think, a lot of coaches do recognize that in today's competitive world, we need different strategies than we used to be able to stand out online, to be able to really resonate with our ideal clients. And so many coaches that I talk to are frustrated and disappointed when they are spending a lot of time on their content, but it's not generating the leads that they want. So a successful content strategy is not just about showing up regularly. It's so much more than that. It's actually about strategically organizing the journey that leads people towards working with you. So there's a lot of content out there that kind of exists as disconnected pieces, like there's a lot of disconnection out there on social media, and or an email comes in and it's something that you weren't even thinking about, and it just it's this almost like a standalone piece, like it doesn't have a journey that is leading people along, nurturing and looking after them, overcoming any beliefs that are standing in their way to taking action. And so the missing piece in most people's content strategy is having a strategic marketing campaign, a well thought out strategic marketing campaign. And I'm going to explain 5 things that I recommend go into a successful marketing campaign, because it involves multiple pieces of content that guides people along a journey towards making a purchase or signing up for your services. So welcome those of you who are here live. It's so great to have you here. Please do drop me a like and a comment and say hello. It's so good to have you here. I always love connecting with you, and I love hearing your thoughts and your input. So please do connect. Thank you for being here. If you're watching the replay, also please pop some comments in, and it really does help to have engagement. And also I respond to every comment, so I'll have a look at those after the video. So to make sure that your marketing campaign does its job, there are some real key principles that you can follow that work consistently. And over my last 10 plus years experience creating content for my business, I've really identified some essential elements that contribute to an effective content strategy. And if you miss these elements, it can result in you wasting time and wasting opportunities, and you potentially could be missing hundreds of leads if you don't have this in place. But once you implement these essentials, you can see rapid changes in your coaching business. So I'll give you a head start on these principles in this session, but if you do want more, if you want to dive deeper into this and know how to do it, I'll be sharing exactly how to do it in my upcoming free workshop. It's coming up fast. If you haven't registered already and you're interested, just drop a comment with the word workshop and I will get you all the details, or just send me a DM with the word workshop and I'll send that out to you. So let's dive in. What does it actually take to create an effective marketing campaign that attracts clients, leads clients along a journey, or leads potential clients along a journey to working with you? So here are 5 actionable steps that you can take straight away. The first thing to do is, number 1, reverse engineer your content. Like Stephen Covey said, we want to start with the end in mind and work backwards. So we start with your signature offer, what I call your irresistible offer. We make sure that your offer is really amazing, that you're proud of it, that you love it, that you just can't wait to tell people about it. We start with your offer, and then we reverse engineer back, all the way back to someone first coming across you that doesn't know you. So from stranger to follower to lead to client. And when we start with the end in mind and work backwards, we can start thinking strategically about what people need to know in order to take you up on that offer. So what we want to do here is identify the beliefs that your audience currently have. What are the beliefs that they have? What do they need to believe? And what do they need to know about you and your solution? Because the reason people don't make it all the way through to the end of the journey is because there's missing gaps, there's missing pieces of information, and your content strategy can solve that. So your content should address all of these questions that are often subconscious. You know, it's not like someone opens their phone and goes, oh, I've got all this list of questions I want answered. You know, when most people are scrolling their phone or surfing the internet, looking through social media, they often don't know at a conscious logical level exactly what they're looking for, but they have problems. They have multiple problems. Everyone does. And if they come across something that will potentially solve one of their problems, that's when they usually become interested. So every piece of content should serve a specific purpose. This is important. Every piece of content should serve a specific purpose. So maybe it's to increase engagement. Maybe it's to build a greater connection with people. Maybe it's to attract new followers and grow your audience. Maybe it's to overcome a specific belief that's not true. Maybe it is to get a sale. But each post needs to fit into the overarching strategy of your marketing campaign that leads them to making a decision. So the difference between just randomly posting content and a marketing campaign is a campaign is leading them to actually make a decision. So a campaign is what we put in place, also known as like a launch strategy that leads people to a decision. So that's number one, reverse engineer your content. Number two, create purposeful content. So a common mistake I see is people sharing content without a purpose and not really knowing why they're sharing it or really thinking about why. So we want to make sure that every piece of content has an intentional plan behind it and where it fits. And if we think about it, people are joining us at different stages of the journey, and it's often described in marketing as cold to hot, you know, and how do we shorten that sales cycle from cold to hot? Because there's a lot of cold, you know, a little bit lukewarm, now they're warm, now they're getting warmer, and then hot. Do you remember that game where I think it was hide and seek, and you'd go warmer, getting warmer, you'd hide something and it would get, you know, people get warmer and warmer as they got closer to it. And so there's so many things that people need to hear in order to get warm. And so there's people joining us at this stage and this stage, and we need to think about that, is that everybody's on a different stage in their journey. So we can't just talk to one stage. We also can't try to overcome all of the objections and limiting beliefs in one piece of content, right? There's so many things that we need to do in our content. We don't tell all of our stories in one piece of content. That's why you need a whole campaign, is to go, what would be the best story to help them with this belief? What would be the best educational piece to help them overcome that issue? So let's say, for example, you have let's say a 3-month coaching package and you're a health coach, and people consuming your content might not think they need a coaching package because they could just, for example, go on a diet that they can find online. So one of your pieces of content might tackle that idea, that thought that they have in their mind, is that if you find a diet online, that's written by someone who doesn't know you, and they're just a random stranger who doesn't know about your individual lifestyle, your nutritional needs, your unique way of living. You know, there's just so many factors that go into it. So you would maybe do a post on that, and then you think about, okay, what else would stop them thinking that they need a coaching program? So people who read your content, they they might not know that they need a coach, and they don't know how good your program is until we start talking about things and showing them that we can solve that specific problem. Is this making sense, team? Good to see you, Ute. Good to see you, Trish. So that's number 2. Excuse me. Create purposeful content. Number 3, create a consistent content schedule. Create a consistent content schedule. Now, I want to start this by saying I'm not naturally a big content scheduler. I'm not a natural planner where I have my months, planned out and scheduled in advance. I had to train this muscle because I was more the person who wanted to post when I felt inspired and wanted to just share what I felt inspired to share. And I would get likes and I'd get comments and I'd get people reaching out to me and saying, hey, that really resonated with me. But over time, I really started to see the value of planning out my content thoroughly as part of a marketing campaign. Because if you don't have a content schedule, you can kind of get to the end of the week and you haven't really posted much. And you're like, I've only posted once this week. What can I post about? And it's 4:00 on a Friday, for example, and you just post about the sunset, or you post your food, or you're out for a walk, or there's no real substance in that content. It's not leading people on a journey towards solving the problem that you can help them solve. It's more just connection, top of mind content. And a couple of years ago, I decided that I was going to commit to doing one main piece of content a week, every week. And that was my commitment. And I said, I want to do 50 kind of bigger pieces of content every single week, whether that's a blog or a video. And I started doing it as a blog. And then I realized it's so much easier for me to show up and talk about what I love and what I'm good at, because it's way more natural for me. I love writing, but I found that if I record a video, then we can turn it into a blog. So this one piece of content a week is my Facebook Live that I'm doing right now. And then people see it in the group, people watch it live, people watch the replay, like you amazing people. And then I upload it to my YouTube channel. So that's constantly growing my YouTube channel. And then new people that don't know me yet can find that on YouTube, because it's the second biggest search engine in the world. And then that grows my audience. And I've had lots of people reach out to me from finding me on YouTube. I don't have a massive following or anything like that, but I've just had people find me. And I was actually interviewed by a podcast, and that person found me on YouTube overseas. And people often will say, oh yeah, I found your YouTube channel, even though it's not something that I spend a lot of time doing. It's just a Facebook Live upload to YouTube, put a caption on it, So it also goes into my blog post every week. And that means that my website is constantly being updated. And Google loves recency and frequency. So putting things up that are new rather than a website sitting there for a year and not being touched, and frequently, consistently. And so people find me on Google because I regularly update my website every week. And when you have that consistent content schedule, life just truly becomes so much easier. I trust the process. It's a system. I just follow the system. I've got checklists. I just show up and do it. It's really easy to do. I know when I'm going to create, and I know when I'm going to share it. And so every Wednesday is my creation day. It's what I call my cave day. And I've done it for years. And on cave day, I don't have any clients at all. It's just me in my cave. And I'm just thinking through and planning my content. And it's purely content creation. And I love it. So that's number 3, create a consistent content schedule. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is getting you thinking about what you could possibly do. Remember to do it in your way. You don't have to do it my way. You can just do it in a way that feels good for you. But I do hope that these principles help you, because they've really helped me in my business and helped a lot of my clients as well. It's taken me years to figure this out, but I've condensed it into the things that I think are the most important. So number 4 is to diversify your content. And this is where we create diversity in our content strategy by mixing up the types of content that we do. And this, like I was talking about before, where we need to meet people at all the different stages of their journey, different people. We also need to appeal to different personality types and different learning styles and different preferences. And some people like reading and some people like watching. So we miss a big, massive chunk in our audience if we're not doing this. So you might have one ideal client, but the reality is you probably want more than one client, I imagine. So we need to speak to multiple types of people. And so you might have that bullseye client, but you've also got a range of different types of people that you can be working with. We also have multiple beliefs to shift through our content, things that will activate people and inspire them to actually do something differently, to make a change in their life. That's often the biggest part, is your content activating people? And every post has a job to do. So to attract clients, people need to hear specific messages that activate different parts of their brain. I go into detail in this in the workshop. An effective content strategy lights up the different parts of their brain. And the job of your content strategy and marketing campaign is to have multiple pieces of content talking to the different parts of the brain. And once all those parts are activated, that's when people make a decision and take action. So I'm going into depth in this in the workshop. I hope you can join us. With an effective marketing campaign, you can create content that guides people along that journey. And the most effective campaigns, they incorporate a mixture of types of content and, for example, written and video, and each of them serve a unique purpose. So that's number 4, diversify your content. Number 5, final one, is create a clear content journey. And a clear content journey leads your audience through a process. And this means making sure that you have calls to action. So otherwise there's nowhere for the person to go after they've read your post or watched your videos. So I do see a lot of content out there that's just kind of, here's a piece of content, here's a piece of content, but it exists alone. So when we form a connection with someone, we want to be able to continue to nurture the relationship and build the relationship. And so you want to make sure that there's a cohesive journey. So for example, with your social media posts, is there a resource that you can offer people? At the end of your video, can you invite them to a workshop? At the end of your blog post, can you invite them to download something in exchange for their email address? And then you've got all these pieces of resource out there that people are downloading in exchange for their name and email, because email addresses are gold. You know, people who opt into your email address, they're a lot warmer because they've already said yes to you. They've given you permission, and you will be able to market so much easier if you continue to get people from social media into email. You know, I can have hundreds of people open my email within an hour. That I would never be able to get that on social media. So you want to think of your content as part of a marketing campaign. I'm sharing the entire strategy at my event, and the reason I am such a big advocate for events is because this whole thing becomes so much easier when you've got that event for people to lead. You know, that you've got that marketing campaign leading to an event, because that's when people will be able to make a decision. And if this is missing in your content strategy, it could be a reason why you're not enrolling clients. When you know how to create an effective marketing campaign, when you know how to make sure that the actual content within the campaign is strategic and compelling, your marketing becomes so much easier, so much faster, more enjoyable. You show up with more confidence and you get more clients from your content. Most coaches are great at coaching, but they're not so great at marketing. And that's why I created this workshop, how to get coaching clients with easy marketing. And this workshop really takes the best of what I've learned over the last 7 years coaching business owners and through 20 years of experience in business. And it lays it out in a simple formula that anyone can follow. You'll walk away with tangible action steps that you can immediately put into place. You don't have to try and figure out all this theory. We start working on it on the day. Like, I'm working with you in your business on the day. So if you want to find out more, drop the word workshop into the comments or DM me the word workshop and I'll send you all the details. So just to recap, the most essential element that most coaches miss in their content strategy is a marketing campaign. And the 5 essential keys I recommend go into your marketing campaign is reverse engineer your content, create purposeful content, create a consistent content schedule, diversify your content, and create a clear content journey. Hope that's been helpful. Please put your favorite part into the comments right now. I would love to hear from you. Please share this with anyone that you think would benefit from it. Don't forget to like it, and take care, my friends. And remember, the world is waiting for your words. The world needs your words. They matter. Take care, my friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.